welcome to MyAwakening, my favorite playlist. I really wanted to quickly make a blog video about this is all about you, right? And it's about learning about you. And I think that's really important, especially if we want better relationships, better friendships, long-term relationships is something that I work towards. I don't work towards something really superficial. If it is superficial, I tend to want to stay away from it. Now, that was a journey within itself, learning what I really wanted out of, friendships. Friendships are relationships. Relationships with a significant other is a part of your relationship with you. And I think that's really, really important. Happiness comes from within. We are the only ones to make us happy. I think it's about interdependent relationships. It's not about codependent relationships. I'm pretty much quite frustrated with a lot of people who don't listen. I think for me, why wouldn't you go out and love as many people as you can? Because your journey here is about learning what love is. When you just love one person, it's all about the one. I tend to find that's where we're coming from, a victim mentality. It's like, it's not just about the one, it's about many people that contribute to your life and what you contribute to others. I just don't understand that anymore. So I tend to want to stay away from that. And I suggest that you stay away from that too and go out and find those people. They are rare, but it definitely is out there. So learning that an awakening is about learning about you and what you want from your friendships, from your significant other. And I think a lot of people learn it's always about your relationship with yourself and giving what you need to yourself first, because no one can fill that spot unless you do it yourself. And I think that's really, really important. I think support is probably one of the hardest things, and I do blog about support a lot, is one of the hardest things to find. But you've got to learn to support yourself as well. Learn to answer your own needs, even in time when times are tough. There's always going to be someone around, don't get me wrong. But putting that pressure on other people as well is probably more from an expectation. So sometimes we have expectations on people. And I think I've really, really learned that in my own life. So it's learning about the self and learning about who you are. And I think that's a key to personal development and growth. I think learning about yourself, learning about what's realistic, learning about emotional honesty is really important. If I don't want to do something, I don't do it. So it's just learning to live a life that you want to learn. And this is all choice work. So it's learning about the self. It's learning about not necessarily doing what everyone else wants you to do, which is what's right and what's wrong. It's about living in that present moment and learning to develop freedom, learning about who you are, learning about your beliefs, your attitudes, and your dysfunctions, because that's what's really what stops us in the end is what believes you. And I think we're all a slave to the mind. So I think it's learning to really expand your consciousness and learning awareness and spatial capacity. And the only way that you can do that is by slowing down. I think everybody's in a rush. Everybody's rushing. And I've talked about the rushing culture. So when we're rushing, we actually don't have time to learn insights. We don't have time to reflect. And I think downtime is really important. Downtime builds our identity. We learn to go within. And I think that's so important. That's so important to the awakening. So the awakening is always about the self, and your relationship with you, I think, is the most important part.